Peace, family. I'm gonna make this video about boycotting. I'm gonna conclude my thought on this. Boycotting should be a term that we should not think on, speak ever again when it comes to getting respect as a people. The Montgomery boycott started in 1955. It lasted a little bit over a year. It was so successful that it almost drove this company out of business. You had blacks coming together, working together, so that they was doing everything they can to keep our people from getting back on that bus. They almost drove this company out of business. And the reason why they stopped it was because they allowed black people to not they don't have to sit on the back of the bus anymore. They could sit anywhere on the bus they wanted. Just because they changed your seating arrangements on the bus, you stopped the most successful demonstration in the history of civil rights. And when you look to the day, you are still marching and protesting and boycotting for the same dignity and respect that you was doing back in 1955. Just look at the opportunity that you missed out on. You had people giving everybody rides to school, to church, to work, just so they don't have to go back on that bus. This could have been the beginning of black people creating their own Lyft service, their own Uber service. This civil rights organization should have made a business out of keeping our people from going back to their business. Imagine had we done that. Imagine how many offsprings we could have created off of that Uber service. Imagine how much revenue we could have generated for ourselves that you were given to this bus company. Now you can create jobs for your people. From 1955 to 2024, we still have the same needs for public transportation then as we do now. And as long as we are here, we should have been the main primary provider of this service. We would have made millions of dollars, if not billions by now. We overlooked it, all because they allowed black people just to change their seating on the bus. And the same things that you were marching and protesting and boycotting for back then, it's the same reasons why we still doing it today. It is not until we create alternative businesses, industries, and institutions, start providing our jobs for our own people, an alternative to the establishment. Until we start doing that, we're going to always be in a position to end up boycotting and then going right. Why are we paying civil rights leaders to take us right back to the same people who disrespected us? How many times, how many demonstrations, how many boycotts have we been a part of since 1955? And they all concluded the same way. You go right back. When do we evolve, or our thinking evolve over time? You can't name a handful of things that you could do back in 1955 that you can do the same way today, except for the civil rights movement. I can't think of nothing. But for some reason, these civil rights leaders never think about creating the business that they were protesting. They never suggested. They never recommended. Nothing. Just think how many businesses, industries, institutions that blacks have protested and boycotted over the years. Just imagine where we would be today had we created alternatives for each one. Instead of going back to these people for more of the same old thing, we're going to create businesses for ourselves, institutions for ourselves, industries for ourselves, hire our own people who we know, who we love, who we know are going to respect us. Why haven't the civil rights movement evolved like everything else? It is time for us to do exactly that. Because see, when you look at all the demonstrations and protests that we have been a part of, not one business, industry, institution tremble in fear because of it. You know why? Because they know you're going to come right back. If you were boycotting a Dairy Queen and it's in the middle of the summer, 90 plus degrees outside, your natural desire, your natural thirst is going to work against you. And instead of you standing out there towing the line, your desire for that ice cream is going to work against you. And all this person has to do is to promise to sprinkle a few little nuts on your sundae, and you will sell out. You would end your boycott, as opposed to building your own, providing your own, establishing your own, and you ain't never got to go back over there again. This is why I am so against boycott, protest, demonstrations, because all they do is put you right back into the hands of our oppressor. Our rights, freedoms, and privileges should be protected and housed in our own brick and steel of buildings that's made, owned, and controlled by us. And as long as black people are around, the same thing you was catching the bus for back then, it's the same reason you catching the bus today. The same respect that you was looking for back then is the same respect you're looking for today. And it's nobody's going to give you nothing that you will not give yourself. So stop all this protesting, stop all this begging, stop all this pleading. Build your own independent means to sustain your own existence and create a new standard for your people. Protesting and boycotting somebody else to do this for you, they'll never do it. It is up to us to save us. It's as simple as that.